Protocol Course 6v6 map. This offshore training course doubles as a teaching ground and an island citadel fortified for war. The brick buildings include a barracks, armory, and underground comms monitoring center. This aged outcrop provides a plethora of skirmishing opportunities. Payback Course 6v6 map. This map is located deep in the Bulgarian mountains. The rogue Black Ops safehouse is under attack. Breach this cliffside mansion, explore the oak-paneled chambers and operations room in the main residence. Payback has various elevations, windows, and strategic angles throughout. Skyline Course 6v6 map. Tower over the idyllic Avalon from a resort rooftop with access to a pristine lounge, kitchen, gym, pool, and state-of-the-art penthouse suite featuring its own built-in panic room. Rogue Black Ops and Crimson One aren't the first combatants here either. A trail of bodies signals a hit job on the rich clientele who frequent the luxurious getaway. Lay down over the low wall toward the back of the roof for a long-distance view over the corridor. Enemies without scopes will have a difficult time landing shots on your position, plus you're set far back from the dangers of the pool below. Need an extra hand? Head into the duct running below the pool, accessible via the lounge elevator or the movable bathroom furniture, to reach the security panel. Interact with the panel to activate security measures, shutting down 2 access points into the office. The same procedure can be activated on the desktop computer within the office, as well. The grand piano in the lounge cuts a striking pose with its elegant white finish and raised lid. Luckily, the instrument serves form and function. Climb up onto the lid and use it as a ramp to jump up into the office. Reach for the dripping blood to vault up into the room. Lowtown Course 6v6 map. This map allows you to traverse a dockside neighborhood with a boathouse, fishing shed, cobbler, and art gallery. Check the stalls in the market or climb the latticework for a view from the pizzeria. Swim in the canal or, if desperate, the sewer to reposition and flank the enemy. Subsonic Course 6v6 map. Fight in and around a bomber team training facility. One aircraft sits safely in the central hangar, another lies in flames by the runway next to a crater and an overturned truck. Follow the destruction down the perimeter or move inside to avoid overhead threats. Rewind Course 6v6 map. Welcome to the Liberty Shopping Plaza right on the edge of Liberty Falls, West Virginia. Wreak havoc through the strip mall in this 6v6 multiplayer map. Rewind has 2 major lanes and 6 different options to cross from one lane to the other, all while centering around a major video store that houses several major objectives. Whether it be the video store, back alley, or street that is the main focal point at any given time during a match, the courtyard is a main rotation location. It provides the fastest rotation through the middle of the map without risking being caught by equipment or unexpected crossfire. The courtyard has its own risks, however they are a bit more visible on approach due to it being outdoors. As always, be sure to use your minimap to gather intel on what you're headed toward. No matter which side you're playing, if the enemy is in the process of taking control of the C-zone in domination, use this sniper lane to get a beat on them. You don't have to see much to be able to get a shot off and either get the elimination or at the very least push them off the zone just long enough for your team to arrive and contest. Both beepers and speedy cleaners have cover and angles from within each store, however they also have both an entrance and exit that can see each other. This layout means that these stores have direct sightlines through the store. So, without being in the store, you can fire through and hit targets on the other side. Keep your eyes on this through line and don't get caught by surprise. Scud Course 6v6 map. Scud takes the battle to a military outpost following a devastating missile attack, the air thick with smoke from the surrounding fires. A radar dish lies in ruins and the buildings around it are pockmarked with holes blasted into their ceilings and walls. It's your job to get in there and finish the job before the next salvo arrives. Traverse the twisted metal ramp made up of destroyed pieces from the radar dish on its north side. Mount your weapon on the side paneling for a view toward the outpost and scuds, or lie down for a concealed sightline into outer trenches. When spotted, the hole in the ground nearby offers a perfect getaway into the lower tunnel. While the open field offers plentiful long sightlines, snipers will feel especially at home along the northern trenches path. Whether firing from the truck's side barrels pictured above or from the opposite end, there's about 60 meters separating you from your targets. Put your eye to the scope and land the pinpoint shot. Red Card 6v6 Core Map. Compete from the main entrance of this stadium to the stands of the international soccer pitch. Race through the lobby and upstairs memorabilia displays outside. Explore the promenade or swing back into the lobby or parking garage. Babylon Core 6v6 Map. Battle amongst the ruins of Babylon, where crumbled pillars are now vantage points and danger lurks around every archway. Renovations are underway, the leftover vehicle and supplies providing operators additional tactical opportunities while exploring the ancient site. For the brave and foolhardy, the central altar beckons. Expect plentiful skirmishes as enemies approach the area from all sides. There are 4 major points of interest on Babylon: the gate and truck spawns, plus the altar and ruin. Derelict Core 6v6 Map. Deep in the Appalachian Mountains, shrouded by a lush forest, is an abandoned train graveyard. Forgotten by its people, this derelict depot along the Nor-Appalachian Railroad has become a prime ambush point for the rogue Black Ops and Crimson One to face off in a deadly skirmish. Eyes peeled, operator. The rule of thumb for derelict is that it's always an ambush, so always be ready for one. Derelict is divided into 5 major points of interest based on key areas around the map, including 4 tactical key locations. Learn how to control each point and gain the upper hand on your opposition. Between the yard and the tracks is one of the major choke points that can dictate the victor of any given match, especially in modes such as domination and hardpoint. There is a small path that runs between the coach and tanker, so those attempting to push the objectives past this point as the rogue Black Ops is difficult. Avoiding this area is nearly impossible when moving toward the western half of derelict. The choke point can be seen from the center, coach, relay, yard, creek, and certain parts are visible from the tower, which makes it a vulnerable place to hold but a powerful point to control. Defend choke point Alpha from the outside unless you have a trophy system to protect yourself from incoming explosives. It's also good practice to set up blast traps in locations like this one simply because of the sheer amount of foot traffic. Almost dead center of the map and just in front of the engine is a choke point that is very powerful, but difficult to control. Flanked by the tower, depot, and tracks, there is a plethora of cover from the outside of the choke point and very little at the center of it all. Bring enough firepower to lay down some cover fire and work with your team to set up crossfire lockdown positions. Being able to control this location will force the opposing team to rotate around it and cost them more time while possibly splintering their forces. If the other team wants to take over, they'll have to break your line of defense. Beware of the sniper angle from the tower to the east as well as anyone climbing over the depot wall instead of using the gate opening to the south. There is also a direct line of sight from a piece of rockslide all the way to northern half of creek. So, if you're moving through this section, do it fast or use some of your own sniping abilities to take them out first. The very top of the tower can see almost the entirety of the map. There are many obstacles in the way of controlling every part of the map, but there isn't much that the enemy can use to slip by without revealing themselves at least once. This does mean that the tower is always highly contested, and being here will most definitely make you a target. No matter what, always be ready to make a daring escape and lay down as much fire as possible on your way out. Vorkuta Core 6v6 Map. A storm is about to hit the Vorkuta mining facility that was once a Soviet labor camp. Both teams visit a place of Mason's history to battle over key tactical positions. Lots of rusting and half-buried machinery and a variety of exterior and interior transitions make up this snow-covered map. Vault Core 6v6 Map. No expense has been spared on this large, lush desert estate. Monuments, murals, sculptures, and a trophy room adorn the central palace, featuring an opulent atrium and open access to the vault. Combat around this compound is expected to be fierce and competitive. Warhead Core 6v6 map. This map is positioned within bombing distance of one of the desert test sites. This location has received an almost direct barrage. Watch the rooftops and scattered debris as enemies use everything as tactical cover. Stakeout Core 6v6 map. A stakeout in Avalon has been compromised as operators breach the small apartment, battling through the living room, kitchen, bedrooms, and spilling out onto the balcony. Leftover surveillance equipment marks the progress of the conducted intel gathering, a whiteboard detailing the extensive operation within. Explore 3 points of interest across stakeout, including both main spawn points and the deadly central atrium. Feeling adventurous? It's possible to cross the entire southern balcony without moving into the building. Hop onto the AC unit and the scaffold positioned between the balcony railings to then jump forward to the next section. Put those platforming skills to use and run circles around the enemy. There are several open vents placed in the rooms throughout stakeout, including in the office, dark room, and bedroom. With careful aim, you can land some great surprise attacks by tossing a grenade through them to the other side, hitting enemies without them even seeing you first. Gala Core 6v6 map. Deploy to the aftermath of an annual fundraising event. Flags adorn the vaulted ceiling, balloons adding a festive air to the event. Take up a position by the stage or rub shoulders with enemies in the lounge. Whatever your approach, the results will be fast. Use this guide to ensure that your side gets the winning ticket. Explore the following points of interest based on key areas of the map, from the DJ booth down to the stage. Climb up onto the railing of the upper lounge near the stacked obstacles on either side of it. From here you can squeeze out just the right angle to fire down into the middle bar. Though it requires some finesse, this expands your view from up here to 360-degree coverage. The blue coat check stand and the opposite red campaign stand both feature obstacles in their rear corner that offer good cover looking over the adjacent floor and toward the opposite stand. Use these positions to bolster your defenses away from more noticeable vantage points like the stage or lounge. Pit Core 6v6 map. Enter the pit, a small subsection of a Russian mining tunnel that runs through a cave, the ventilation shaft above letting in the only natural light. Follow the tracks to the overturned mine cart or get up on the pipes to look down on the action. Use this guide for an in-depth look at the map so you can mine its terrain for every possible advantage. The ladders in barracks and generator aren't the only way up to pipe. Jump from the top of the overturned cart to reach the upper level. Timing is essential, as standing on the center cart briefly exposes your position to multiple sightlines around the cave. Once up top, enjoy the heightened view. Both ladders reach up to a tight turn toward the ledges by pipe. You don't have to move up all the way to the ledge or the crossing. Stay within the pivot point to avoid exposure to the cave while targeting the other end from a greater distance. You might also cross the map and climb the opposite ladder to come up on an enemy from behind. There's another overturned cart against the south cave wall. Crouch down beside it for a stealth view over the center or get on top of it for a mid-height view. You can climb up to pipe from here, too, throwing off your opponent with a quick shift of position. These are all of the launch maps coming for Black Ops 6. Let us know in the comments below if you're excited for the new game. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay locked to the channel for more videos.